last hour of the trip from Elkhart, Indiana down to Jacksonville, Florida, and I'll show you this rig in the next upcoming clip. But I just thought I'd show you a little bit of the back road from Valdivia, I think I call it, Georgia, over to Jacksonville. I decided to take the back roads to the interstate because I've been fighting interstate traffic all day, all weekend, pretty much. And I'd much rather do this. Like and subscribe, leave comments, stay tuned for the next clip. Peace. Sunseeker Class C RV. It's kind of one of the bigger Class C's you can get. It does have the overhead bunk, as you can see. Down there is, of course, your driver's cabin. My stuff's right there. I'm thinking about throwing my foam pad out because it just takes up too much space. Right now I have 2 bags and a foam pad. I have another bag ordered from Eddie Bauer for a backpack version that's like a 22 liter. That'll be like half the size of my duffel. But I don't know if it's worth packing that or not, especially if I had to fly. Most likely I'll fly back because I was trying to get a run from Georgia back up into Canada so I could go back out to Miles City. But that run fell through, so I'm thinking about going back to Goshen because there's a lot of good long mile runs, but it'll eat the profit from this trip. But anyway, it's worth it to go back there for the next one. That's just my trash right there. Big old counter in space in this TV entertainment center deal there. Nice big old range stove. I do like these electric lounges that go up and down by the button, and they also have USB that's always on right there in the corner where the button is to put them up and down. Big long slide. As you can see on the floor there, I had the trim board for the slide on the back pop off as I was driving through Nashville. Weird, but I don't know if a pothole did that or what. It went flying off. So it'll be on the list for them to look at. Big lounge area for the dinette. Almost a big residential size fridge. As big as the shower. Then you have your bathroom. Then you have this nice dark corner bedroom when you bring that line down, which is really nice. The only thing that I would say is they should have had the headboard on this side and the storage and everything on that side and had the slide on this side, in my opinion. And just had both slides toward the back of the rig so that when you're out camping out underneath the awning and everything, you don't have this problem hanging over out there. And then while you're traveling, a lot of times, because of the streets you park on or whatever, that side ends up being the lower end of the bed. Kind of like it looks like now with the mattress going down that way. So in my opinion, they should have done the headboard on that side. But it also, this motorhome also comes with leveling jacks, so the point is kind of mute, because you could always just set the levelers down and level out your motorhome, no matter where you're at, I guess, even on the street, if you had to. I kind of like it, how you can make use of the bed, this whole motorhome, even with the slides in. You know, obviously that slide is all the way in, and you gain, I don't know, maybe 3 feet worth of walking space in between here when the slide's out. Other than that, you really don't, gain much. You just gain the open space. That's pretty much it. Back here, you wouldn't be able to use or make use of the bottom drawers with the slide closed. But that's not an end-all be-all. You could put winter clothes down there that you don't have to use all summer long, and etc. And then you wouldn't have to put the slide out. But you do like how they put that in consideration when they made the slide in the back. You can use it when you want to or not, and of course they're independent of each other. You can pick this one out and not that one, and etc. if you wanted to, or this one in the back bedroom and not the front one. This is pretty neat. Shade moves right up. It has an exit window, of course, so in case something caught fire in the front of the RV, you can get out this way. I think that's kind of wasted space, but there's not much you can do with it, being that it's on the slide in and out. But I think they could have somehow or another built something there, and that's what I would do if I owned the RV. I would build some kind of deal for space there, or else I'd store blankets down there or something, because it's kind of dead space, in my opinion. Neat little cubby. And then of course your windows that you could have actual cross breeze back here when you had the slide out. Reading lamps. And then this does have a AC thing on for when you have the air and the actual house on. You could at least get AC back here, and they need it with the built-in roof-in AC, because it was hot and muggy here in Florida this morning, and let's just say it's not really built for cross breeze. Up here got great cross ventilation because you have these nice big windows on that whole slide, so it opens it right up, and that little window there, and it'll just suck the air right through that little window like a vortex. And then of course you can have the fan thing open. I closed it. Again, there's 2 fan deals there, and then the bathroom has its own dedicated fan there too, which is handy. And the other thing I do like about this is that locks by, or not locks, but hooks in place by magnet. So at night you can just flip that open. You have full access to your bathroom at night that you would need back and forth from bed or whatever, until that starts leaking and driving you nuts. But basically fast, easy privacy. All you gotta do is open or so close this doors, etc. Flip down that deal right there, those blinds, and you have full privacy back here for when you gotta quickly change, or when you're going to sleep at night. You don't have to you don't have to worry about all these windows up here. You can leave them just as you are, as they are, for ventilation in the motorhome. If you don't want to have people looking on you for privacy wise, you just fast and easy open that door, open the blinds, you know, in the morning, and you're done, ready to roll. It does actually have this extra deal here, which I tried to use, but the bottom isn't set right. They have to tweak that or something, which they'll figure that out as they go. But this is like a mini blind thing that goes across here, but I think it's more fast and easy to use what they've already set up with the bathroom door coming this way. This is one of the better floor plans that I've seen, I think, but I would take that shorter, that smaller Class C that I had back that didn't have slides over this. However, this is a nice setup, except for the driving part, which I'll show you next when I go outside. It's a 28 foot long or something. It's pretty long and pretty annoying because it doesn't have a very tight, very big turning radius on this motorhome. Very hard to drive it. But it would be even harder to drive it with a trailer on the back, and I'll show you that in the next clip. The length of it and the outside of it. So stick with me. Peace. Excuse me for the wind. 28 foot long, as you can see. It's interesting to drive, let's just put it that way. It's like a bus. I like the graphics on it though. They did pay for the higher end grayscale graphics on it. Or it comes with that with this version. That might be my thumbnail right there, maybe. Sunseeker Class C. Going to Florida. I brought it down here from Elkhart, Indiana to Jacksonville, Florida. This is the end before I turned in. I'm about 20 miles out from the delivery. It's lunchtime, so I'm waiting until 1 o'clock. I'm gonna clean it up and deliver it. Get some more gas in it. Wash the windshield. But both mirrors they need to play with and tighten down to where they should be, which that's a notorious thing for motorhomes. Then that board came off, the trim board inside. That is the first time I've had something like that happen. I think the slide pushed down on it and sent it outward with a bunch of nails in it too. They have to put that back on with a rubber mallet or pull the nails out or something, I don't know. So I may or may not get dinged on that deal too. That wasn't technically my fault. That's just shitty building practices on the manufacturer's fault, I would not say. But these things are kind of, you know, cardboard anyway in terms of everything past the chassis. They're just made to look like an actual home. Like I say, I would buy a Class B any day over one of these, just because they'd hold out longer. These will be trash in like 5 years, no matter how new they are, in my opinion. But anyway, see you on the next video. Like and subscribe. I'll be back in Elkhart and taking something else by the time I make the next video, I believe. This is a Walmart in McKinley, Florida, 20 miles away from my drop, just outside of Jacksonville. Like and subscribe, leave comments, check out the merchandise below in the video description, and we'll catch you on the flip. Peace.